I found out my wife was lying about girls' night when she accidentally sent me a selfie. She meant for someone else, a man she called baby. I replied, wrong recipient. Then I forwarded the photo to my lawyer, her sister, and our marriage counselor. When she realized who got the picture. 2 hours later, I, 34, male, had been with Elena, 32, for 8 years. We married 5 years ago in a small ceremony at her parents' house. She worked in event planning. I worked in commercial real estate. We had a condo downtown, 2 cars, and a joint account. On paper, everything looked fine. But I'm watching my marriage collapse right now because of one photo sent to the wrong person. Friday night, 2 weeks ago, Elena kissed me goodbye at 7:15 p.m. She wore her black jeans and a fitted top I'd seen her wear before. Girls' night with Sarah and the team, she said, checking her phone. We're trying that new wine bar near the plaza. Don't wait up. I smiled and told her to have fun. She grabbed her purse and left. I heard her heels clicking down the hallway. The door closed. I settled onto the couch with takeout and a documentary about submarines. At 9:47 p.m., my phone buzzed on the coffee table. A text from Elena. I picked it up expecting her to say she'd be late or ask if we needed milk. Instead, I saw a photo that stopped my heart. It was a selfie of Elena. She was in a dimly lit room. Her lipstick looked fresh. Her hair was down. The angle was low, sultry. She wore the same outfit from earlier, but the background wasn't a wine bar. It was a bedroom. Gray walls, a lamp with a brass base, a framed photo on the wall behind her, and the caption read, "Missing you, baby." I stared at the screen. My brain couldn't process it. Then I typed 2 words. Wrong recipient. I hit send. My hands were shaking. I took a screenshot of the photo. Then I forwarded it. First to her sister, Nicole, then to our marriage counselor, Dr. Angela Torres. We'd been seeing her for 3 months because Elena said she felt disconnected. I thought we were making progress. Apparently not. I attached a short message to both. Received this tonight. Thought you should know. Then I sat back down on the couch. The documentary kept playing. A British narrator explained torpedo technology. My takeout sat cold in the container. I couldn't eat. I stared at the wall and waited. Elena didn't check her messages right away. She was busy. Busy with whoever was in that bedroom. Busy playing her double life. For 2 hours and 11 minutes, she had no idea that her affair was now documented, forwarded, and witnessed. That her lie had been exposed not by my accusations, but by her own carelessness. That the text she meant to send to him had instead landed in my hands. At 11:58 p.m., my phone exploded with notifications. Elena called 6 times in 4 minutes. I didn't answer. I let each call go to voicemail. Then came the texts flooding in one after another. Marcus, please call me. It's not what you think. I can explain everything. Please don't do this. Answer your phone. Marcus, please. I put my phone on silent and placed it face down on the coffee table. The documentary about submarines kept playing. The narrator explained something about sonar systems. I wasn't really listening anymore. At 12:23 a.m., I heard the front door unlock. Elena burst into the apartment. Her face was pale under the hallway light. Her mascara smudged. Her breathing heavy like she'd run from the car. She looked at me sitting on the couch like she expected me to react, to yell, to cry, to do something. I didn't move. I just watched her. Marcus, she said, breathless. We need to talk, right now. There's nothing to talk about, I replied. My voice was calm, flat, empty of the emotion she probably expected. You don't understand, she said, stepping closer into the living room, her hands gesturing frantically. That photo, it was a mistake, a stupid mistake. I wasn't with anyone. I was just... Stop, I said. I stood up slowly and walked past her toward the bedroom. She followed immediately, still talking, still making excuses that sounded hollow in my ears. I pulled my suitcase from the closet and placed it on the bed. Started packing, shirts, pants, socks, my phone charger, my toothbrush from the bathroom. What are you doing? She asked, her voice rising with panic now. Leaving, I said without looking at her. You can't just leave like this, she said. We need to talk about this. You forwarded that photo to my sister? To our counselor? Do you have any idea what you've done? Do you realize how this looks? I zipped the suitcase and turned to face her directly. I know exactly what I did, I said. I made sure everyone who needed to see the truth saw it. Everyone who matters. You're trying to humiliate me, she said, tears starting to form in her eyes. Real or fake, I couldn't tell. Didn't care anymore. No, I replied calmly. You humiliated yourself. I just documented it. There's a difference. She started crying. Real tears or fake, I couldn't tell anymore. I grabbed my keys and wallet and walked toward the door with my suitcase. Where are you going? She asked, following me. Hotel, I said. I'll be back Sunday to get the rest of my things. Don't be here when I come. I left. The hallway was silent and empty. The elevator took forever. When I reached the lobby, I walked past the doorman, Victor, a man in his 50s who'd worked in our building for 6 years. He looked at me carrying my suitcase at 1 a.m. and said nothing, but his eyes told me he understood what was happening. Saturday morning came slowly. I woke up in a hotel room near the airport. The walls were beige. The air conditioner hummed. My phone had 47 unread messages. Most were from Elena. Some were from Nicole. One was from Dr. Torres. I opened Nicole's first. Marcus, I'm so sorry. I had no idea. Is this real? I replied. Yes, received it. Last night. Nicole's response came fast. I'm coming over. Where are you? I gave her the hotel address. She arrived an hour later with coffee and bagels. We sat in the small breakfast area near the lobby. How long has this been going on? She asked. I don't know, I said. But the photo doesn't lie. She shook her head. Elena called me at midnight crying. She said it was just a joke photo. Do you believe that? I asked. No, Nicole said. I saw the caption. That wasn't a joke. I took a sip of coffee. It tasted like cardboard, but I drank it anyway. She destroyed our family, Nicole said quietly. Mom and Dad are going to be devastated. They should know, I said. I'll tell them, Nicole replied. Do you have anything else? Any other proof? I opened my phone and showed her the original text with the timestamp. 9:47 p.m. I showed her the background of the photo, the brass lamp, the bedroom that wasn't ours. Where was this taken? Nicole asked. I don't know, I said, but I'm going to find out. Nicole leaned back. What are you going to do? File for divorce, I said. Monday morning. She nodded. Good. You deserve better. We finished the coffee in silence. Before she left, Nicole hugged me. If you need anything, call me. I'm on your side. That afternoon, Dr. Torres emailed me. Marcus, I received your message. I'm so sorry this happened. Our session Tuesday is canceled. If you'd like individual counseling, I'm available. Elena called me this morning. I told her I could no longer work with both of you. Please take care of yourself. I replied. Thank you. I'll reach out if I need support. By Saturday evening, Elena had stopped calling. The last text came at 6:34 p.m. I know you hate me, but I never meant to hurt you. I'm sorry. I deleted it without responding. Sunday morning, I returned to the condo to collect my things. Elena wasn't there. The place felt hollow. I walked through the room slowly, the kitchen where we used to cook together, the living room where we watched movies, the bedroom where we used to sleep side by side. Everything looked the same but felt different. I started packing boxes, clothes, books, my laptop, my winter jackets. As I emptied my nightstand drawer, I found something strange. A second phone. Small, cheap, a burner. It wasn't locked. I opened it. The messages loaded. All of them were between Elena and someone named Damien. I scrolled through the thread. My stomach turned. The messages went back 6 months. Photos, plans, lies. He called her babe. She called him baby. They met on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The nights she said she had late client meetings. The nights she said she was tired and went to bed early. All lies. One message stood out. It was from 3 weeks ago. Damien had written, "Your husband suspects anything?" Elena replied, "No, he's clueless, too busy with work to notice. It's almost too easy." I took screenshots of everything, every message, every photo, every lie documented in digital form. Then I put the phone back in the drawer exactly where I found it. She didn't know I'd found it, and I wasn't going to tell her yet. By noon, I had 4 boxes packed and loaded into my car. I left my key on the kitchen counter and walked out. I didn't look back. Monday morning, 9 a.m., I sat in the office of Catherine Brennan, a divorce attorney Nicole had recommended. Her office was on the 8th floor of a building downtown. Glass windows overlooked the city skyline. The walls were lined with law books, certificates framed on the wall, a mahogany desk between us. She was in her early 50s, sharp eyes, professional demeanor, tailored suit. "Tell me everything," she said, opening a legal pad. I showed her the photo first, the timestamp, the caption, then the screenshots from the burner phone, the messages spanning 6 months, the plans, the lies, the mockery. She studied each one carefully, scrolling slowly. Her expression didn't change. No shock, no judgment, just focus. "This is solid evidence," she said finally. "Adultery, documented, time-stamped. She can't deny this in court." "What happens next?" I asked. "We file for divorce on grounds of adultery," she said. "Irreconcilable differences as a baseline, but we include the adultery as grounds. In this state, that affects asset division significantly. You've been married 5 years. You have joint assets, a condo, cars, bank accounts. With proof of infidelity like this, the court tends to favor the innocent party in distribution." "How long does this take?" I asked. 3 to 6 months typically," she said. "Depends on whether she fights it or accepts the terms." "She'll fight it," I said with certainty. Catherine nodded. "Then we prepare for that scenario. We'll be thorough. We'll be strategic." She handed me a stack of papers: retainer agreement, financial disclosure forms, affidavit of adultery. "Fill these out," she said. "Bring them back tomorrow. I'll have the divorce petition ready by Wednesday. We'll serve her by the end of the week." I signed the retainer agreement and wrote a check. $5,000, the cost of my freedom. Before I left, Catherine said, "One more thing. Don't contact Elena. Don't argue with her. Don't defend yourself. Let the evidence speak. If she reaches out, forward it to me. Understand?" "Understood," I said. I walked out of her office feeling lighter. Not happy, not vindicated, just lighter. Like I'd finally put down something heavy I'd been carrying too long. Tuesday evening, Elena showed up at the hotel. I don't know how she found out where I was staying. Maybe she tracked my credit card statement online. Maybe Nicole mentioned it accidentally. Maybe she called every hotel within 5 miles. Either way, she was sitting in the lobby when I returned from dinner at a nearby restaurant. She looked different from the woman who'd burst into our apartment days ago. Tired now, desperate. Her hair was pulled back in a messy ponytail. No makeup. On her face, she wore sweatpants and a hoodie, the kind of outfit she'd wear on lazy Sunday mornings. But there was nothing lazy about the way she looked now, just exhausted. "Marcus, please," she said when she saw me walking through the lobby doors. "Just 5 minutes, that's all I'm asking." "No," I said and walked toward the elevator bank without slowing down. She followed quickly, her footsteps echoing on the tile floor. "You won't even listen to me? After 8 years together?" "There's nothing to hear," I said. The elevator doors opened. I stepped inside. She stepped in with me before I could stop her. The doors closed. We were alone in the small mirrored space. Floor numbers lit up as we ascended. "I made a mistake," she said, her voice breaking slightly. "One mistake. Doesn't our marriage mean anything to you? Doesn't our history count for something?" "One mistake," I repeated. I turned to face her for the first time. "Elena, I found your burner phone. I saw the messages. 6 months of messages. Tuesdays and Thursdays. He's clueless. Remember typing that to Damien?" Her face went white. All the color drained from her cheeks. "You went through my things. You had no right—" "Your things," I said, my voice still calm but sharp now. "In our condo? In our shared home? Yes. And I'm glad I did, because now I know the truth." The elevator reached my floor. The bell dinged. The doors opened. I stepped out. She grabbed my arm, her fingers tight around my wrist. "Please don't do this," she said, desperation clear in every word. "We can fix this. We can go back to Dr. Torres. We can work through this together. People survive affairs. Couples come back from this." "Dr. Torres dropped you as a client," I said. pulling my arm free gently but firmly. She told me herself, she can't work with someone who lies the way you do. And neither can I. Her hand dropped. She stood there in the hallway as I walked to my room. I unlocked the door, stepped inside and closed it. She didn't knock. She didn't scream. She just stood there. I heard her footsteps finally retreating 10 minutes later. Wednesday morning, Catherine called me. Petition is filed. Process server is delivering it to Elena today at 4:00 p.m. at your condo. Be ready, she's going to react. At 4:37 p.m., my phone rang. Unknown number, I answered. You're really doing this? Elena's voice shaking, angry. Yes, I said. You're throwing away 8 years because of one photo? No, I said. I'm ending a marriage because you've been cheating on me for 6 months and lied to my face every single day. Silence. Then she said, Damien means nothing to me. It was just physical. You and I have something real. I almost laughed. Almost. If that's what you tell yourself to sleep at night, fine, I said. But we're done. Sign the papers. Don't fight this. You'll lose. I'm not signing anything, she said. You want a divorce? You're going to have to drag me through court. Okay, I said. Catherine said you'd say that. She's prepared. I hung up. 5 minutes later, Nicole called. Elena just called Mom and Dad, she said. She told them you're divorcing her because you're having an affair and you're trying to blame her. Of course she did, I said. They didn't believe her, Nicole said. I already told them the truth. I showed them the photo. They're furious with her. Dad said he's ashamed. Mom cried for an hour. I felt a pang of guilt, not for Elena, for her parents. They were good people. They didn't deserve this. How are they doing? I asked. Not great, Nicole said, but they support you. Dad said if you need anything, call him. That small gesture meant more than I could explain. By Friday, the story had spread, not publicly, not on social media or through any viral post, but through circles, friends who knew us, family members on both sides, co-workers who'd attended our wedding. The truth moved through networks the way truth always does, quiet but inevitable. Sarah, Elena's co-worker and supposed friend from the girls' night at the wine bar, called me Thursday afternoon. Her voice was hesitant when I answered. Marcus, I need to tell you something, she said, and I should have told you sooner. What? I asked. That night Elena said we were all going to the wine bar? The night she sent you that photo? She never showed up. She texted the group at 7:30 p.m. and said she wasn't feeling well. We went without her, had a good time, posted some pictures on Instagram. I didn't think anything of it until Nicole told me what happened. So she lied to me about being with you, I said. Yeah, Sarah said. And I feel horrible about it. If I'd known she was doing this, if I'd had any idea, you couldn't have known, I said. She lied to everyone. I just wanted you to know I had no idea, Sarah said. And for what it's worth, most of us at work think what she did is disgusting. Word got around fast. A few people are still defending her, saying marriage is complicated, but not many. Thanks for telling me, I said. If you need anything, or if you need someone to testify about that night, I will, she offered. I'll let my lawyer know, I said. On Saturday morning, I received an email from someone I didn't know. The sender's name was Trevor Morrison. The subject line read, "You deserve to know the truth." I opened it cautiously. The message was straightforward. Marcus, my name is Trevor. I'm Damien's roommate. We share an apartment downtown on Maple Street. I found out what he's been doing with your wife, and I think it's completely wrong. He's been bragging to me about Elena for months. He calls her his married girl like it's some kind of trophy. He thinks the whole thing is funny. He thinks you're a fool. I'm attaching screenshots of messages he sent to our group chat with his buddies. I thought you should have them. What he did isn't just cheating. It's cruel. You didn't deserve this. The attachments loaded, screenshots of Damien talking to his friends, laughing about Elena, sharing details I didn't want to know, mocking me, calling me the husband who doesn't know. I forwarded everything to Catherine. She replied within an hour. This is gold. If she fights the divorce, we'll use this. It shows premeditation and mockery. A judge will not look kindly on this. I thanked Trevor. I didn't know why he did it. Maybe he had a conscience. Maybe he was just tired of Damien's arrogance. Either way, I was grateful. By the second week, Elena's world was collapsing. Her parents stopped answering her calls. Her sister refused to speak to her. Her coworkers distanced themselves. Sarah told me Elena had been placed on administrative leave because she'd been lying about client meetings. Damien, according to Trevor, had blocked Elena after she called him crying. He told her he wasn't interested in anything serious. He'd just been having fun. On Tuesday, Elena left me a voicemail. Her voice was broken. "Marcus, I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. I know I ruined everything. But I'm begging you, please don't take everything from me. I don't have anyone left. My job is gone. My family won't talk to me. Damien won't answer my texts. I have nothing. Please." I listened twice, not because I felt sorry for her, but because I needed to hear it, needed to know the consequences were real. I didn't respond. Catherine advised me to keep it. If she tries to claim emotional distress in court, this shows she knows she's at fault. Wednesday morning, I signed the final financial disclosures. By Friday, we had a court date set for the end of the month. Elena had hired a lawyer, Greg Holloway. Catherine knew him. "He's a shark," she said, "but he doesn't have a case. The evidence is overwhelming." The preliminary hearing took place on a Thursday morning in a downtown courthouse. The building was old stone. The courtroom was small, wood paneling. A judge's bench elevated at the front. 2 tables. Elena sat on one side with Greg Holloway. I sat on the other with Catherine. Elena looked thinner, pale, dark circles under her eyes. She wore a navy dress. She didn't look at me. Judge Morgan, a woman in her 60s with gray hair and sharp eyes, reviewed the case file in silence for several minutes. "This is a petition for divorce on grounds of adultery," she said finally. "Ms. Brennan, present your evidence." Catherine stood. She handed the judge a folder. Inside were printed copies of the photo with metadata, the timestamps, the messages from the burner phone, the screenshots Trevor had sent. Judge Morgan studied each page carefully. After 5 minutes, she looked up. "Ms. Brennan, does your client contest these allegations?" Greg Holloway stood. "Your Honor, my client admits to a brief indiscretion, but denies the characterization of a prolonged affair. She believes this evidence has been taken out of context." Judge Morgan raised an eyebrow. 6 months of documented messages is not a brief indiscretion, counselor, and the text message sent to Mr. Carter clearly indicates ongoing intimacy. Holloway shifted. "Your Honor, we request a continuance to review the evidence more thoroughly." "Request denied," Judge Morgan said. "The evidence is clear. This court finds sufficient grounds for divorce based on adultery. We will proceed to asset division at the next hearing. Date set for 4 weeks from today." She banged the gavel. Elena's face crumpled. Holloway whispered something to her. She shook her head and wiped her eyes. Catherine leaned over to me. "That went as well as we could have hoped." We left the courthouse. The sun was bright. The air was cool. I felt something I hadn't felt in weeks. Relief. Over the next 4 weeks, things settled. I moved into a 1-bedroom apartment across town, smaller but quieter. I started therapy with Dr. Torres. She helped me process the betrayal, the anger, the grief. Elena tried to reach out twice more. Once through Nicole, asking if I'd consider mediation. I declined. Once through a handwritten letter. I didn't read past the first line. I threw it away. The asset division hearing arrived. Elena showed up with a different lawyer. Holloway had dropped her. Her new lawyer was younger, less experienced. The judge awarded me 60% of the assets based on the adultery. I kept the condo. She kept her car. We split the savings. By the time the judge signed the final decree, it was over. 5 years of marriage, 8 years together, ended because she sent a photo to the wrong person. 6 months after the divorce was finalized, I'm doing better. The condo sold for a good price. I used the money as a down payment on a small house on the edge of the city with a backyard and a garage. The neighborhood is quiet. Trees line the streets. It feels peaceful. I adopted a dog 3 months ago, a golden retriever named Cooper from a rescue. He's 2 years old, energetic. He follows me everywhere, sleeps at the foot of my bed. He's good company. Nicole and I still talk regularly. She told me Elena moved 2 hours away to live with a cousin. She's working at a hotel front desk now. Her event planning career never recovered. Word got around. No one wanted to hire someone known for lying. Her reputation was destroyed. Damien, according to Trevor, moved to Colorado. He left town because Elena kept showing up at his apartment. He told her he was never interested in anything serious. She destroyed her marriage for a man who never cared. I started dating again 2 months ago. Nothing serious yet. A few coffee dates, one dinner, but I'm open to it now. The betrayal left scars. I'm more careful, I trust slower, but I know what I deserve. I deserve honesty. I deserve respect. Last Tuesday, I received an email from Elena. Subject line, "I'm sorry, please read this." I stared at it. My cursor hovered over delete. Then I archived it without opening it. Maybe someday I'll read it. Right now, it doesn't matter, her apology. Her doesn't change anything. It doesn't undo the lies. It doesn't erase the betrayal. It doesn't make the pain go away. Because that's the thing about betrayal. You can't undo it. You can't explain it away. You can't make it hurt less by saying sorry after you've been caught. The moment she hit send on that photo meant for someone else, she made a choice. That choice ended us, not my reaction. Her choice. I don't hate her anymore. I don't think about her much. When I do, it's detached, like thinking about something that happened to someone else. Instead, I think about the future, about Cooper, about the garden I'm planting in the backyard, about the promotion I got at work last month, about the life I'm building without lies. She sent the photo to the wrong person, but maybe it went to exactly the right one, because I deserve to know the truth. And now I'm free to build something real. Whenever that person comes along, I'll be ready. Until then, I'm learning to be okay on my own.